Mr. Capwell. Mr. Cap.
Keep going.
Oh, of course. Oh, yes. Today we celebrate a very special union.
We can't do this.
Yes, we can. Don't even look at her.
The enduring love that has brought Sophia and Channing to this day should be a shining example to all who strive for this greatest of gifts. In the presence of family and friends, we'll begin by silently asking God to bless this union. You have come here freely to seek the bond of holy matrimony. If anyone here present knows of just reason that these two should not be joined, I ask them to speak now or forever hold their peace. I ask that you join your right hands as you pledge to each other your love, your faith,
we can't risk it.
And your commitment. Please repeat after me.
Look at me. She's not there. Gina's not there. It's only you and me and our life together.
I, Channing Creighton Capwell, take you, Sophia Capwell Armonte, to be my lawfully wedded wife.
I, Channing Creighton Capwell, take thee, Sophia Armonte, to be my lawful wedded wife. To love, honor, and respect you. In good times, in bad, for rich or for poor. In sickness and in health. Until death do us part.
Sophia, repeat after me. I, Sophia Armonte, take you, Channing Creighton Capwell, to be my lawfully wedded husband.
I, Sophia Armonte, take you, Channing Creighton. I can't do it.
Dolly, Sophia. Reverend, I'm sorry. She hasn't been feeling well all day. Just sit tight. I'll be back in a minute.
Not care if or when my mother was coming over here.
Well, it seems a little unfair to me, don't you think, to ask me to entertain her?
Oh, don't worry, she'll entertain you.
Well, that's not the point. She didn't come to see me. And look, how long do you think I can go on telling her you're busy, you're not here, or whatever, when she and I are both going to know it isn't true?
I've asked her to stay away. I've been unpleasant to her when she does come over. I mean, what more can I do?
Well, you might give up this long-held notion that she doesn't care about you. Now, I fully expected a frothing-mouthed shark to come through that door, and all I saw was a charming, attractive lady.
Men always seem to like my mother. That is a fact of life, like gravity or cosmic drift. But I've been there, I know her, and you don't.
Maybe all I'm suggesting is that you're too close to her to be fair.
No, closeness was never one of our problems. Actually, a mother may well have been a shark in a previous life. Don't they abandon their young right after birth and then swim off for another kill?
Now, I'm not going to handle this, Jane. I'm going to answer the door, but you're going to be here when we get back.
Check the front. She's got to be in the house somewhere. We'll find her. We'll get that tape. I'm going to wrap my fingers around that gold-digging neck of hers.
I don't understand this war of nerves between the two of you. This is no time for a showdown, Cece.
I looked all over. She's gone.
What? Where could she be going? She's only got one good leg. How could she's got to be hiding here someplace?
She went out the back way. A couple of the caterers saw her and assumed she was a guest. Kane certainly didn't slow her down, did he?
Can it be we found the proverbial witch on wheels?
Where do you think she could be heading?
What difference does it make?
Yeah, really, what do we care?
Mama, what's going on? What happened?
What was she doing up in the balcony anyway?
I promise I'll explain everything, but please, not now.
Someone's going to have to speak to our guests.
I'll go.
No, you better wait. Darling, come here. I love you. We can still go back there and get married.
No, we can't, and we both know it.
I'm not afraid of her.
I am. Not for our sake, but for Kelly's.
Tell me you love me.
I love you. I love you very much.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Oh, will somebody tell me what's going on? Where's Gina?
She took off as fast as her 3 little legs would carry her.
Mama, what's happened? Where's Daddy going?
He's going to tell the guests. The same thing I'm going to tell you. There's not going to be any wedding.
I just love a good wedding, don't you?
I don't think we should be here. It's obviously a family thing.
I used to love family things when I still had a family around. Can you smell it, Victoria? Mystery in the air. You're an actress. You should know this kind of thing. The thing is, I always managed to figure a mystery out at the end. I'm great at it.
Excuse me. May I have your attention, please? Due to a family crisis, we're forced to postpone the ceremony.
Oh, no.
Thank you, but I will notify you personally when we reschedule everything, and thank you all for coming. Sophia and I both appreciate your understanding.
Well, I guess love doesn't conquer all, but then you knew that, did you, darling?
Keith, I'm leaving.
Oh, no, why? Now that we have time to kill. Oh, poor choice of words.
What exactly did Eden tell you?
Why don't you start guessing, and I'll tell you when you're right.
If you want to talk to me, you could do it someplace other than here.
Thanks, but you always say that. My business is getting in the way of me taking you up on this fine offer, darling. But believe me, I will be calling.
Fine.
I thought you'd never call.
Your cooking demo was such a showstopper that the groom requests the honor of your presence.
Tell him the bride has to think about it.
You got 1 hour to make your grand entrance.
Oh, but I'm exhausted from all that suspense. I'm tired. I have to take a nap. Tell him I'll be there at 6.
Don't push your luck, Gina. I've seen Dad cornered before. When he comes out, the expression heads roll takes on a whole new meaning.
Oh, but I intend to keep my head. I'm going to need it to count all that money Cece's going to fork over that you're not going to get a cent of, traitor.
At least my style's a lot more fun than my father's.
You're right about that. What does he think? I sleep with that tape under my pillow? Those apes he sent over here ruined my place.
Oh, what a gruesome sight that must be. All that plastic and foam rubber.
Those tasteful velveteen paintings.
And you tell him that I'm going to show up with my new attorney in tow.
Oh, you can stick around for the festivities. You can watch me mop up the floor with Sophia and Cece.
You're generous to a fault, Gina.
You bring out the softy in me, sweetheart. Money, 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 money. That is so fascinating.
Yes, Mother. Now, would you just put those down? They're very fragile and irreplaceable.
Oh, well, old bones and old bones.
No, Jane's right. I'm an awful butterfingers. Is Alice here?
No, she went to the wedding.
Oh, isn't that nice? Whose?
Mr. Cowpell's right across the way.
Caroline, can I get you a drink or a tea or something?
Juice would be lovely, thank you.
Oh. Let me get that for you.
Jane is so serious about your work. I'm very grateful for you for taking her under your wing.
She's a very capable, intelligent young woman.
I'm very proud of her. In fact, sometimes I'm downright intimidated.
Where are you living now, Caroline?
Living?
I mean, how long are you going to be staying in Santa Barbara?
I haven't decided. I'd certainly like to stay for Jane's sake, but one thing and another. And Caroline, you're such a liar. I mean, it must be clear as rainwater that she's not exactly jumping for joy to see me. Could be that I haven't always afforded her the attention she needed.
Well, it isn't easy raising a young girl, is it? Especially when you must have been so young yourself.
How'd you know that?
Well, you only have to look at you to see how young you still are.
Do you and Jane talk about things often?
Oh, hello again.
Oh, Alice, you look glorious.
Oh, thank you very much.
Where's Nick? Is the wedding over already?
Mrs. Wilson, did my mother have a wedding?
No, honey, no, she didn't.
They called her Ollie.
Well, Olivia was her whole name.
Olivia. Oh, what a beautiful name. Thank you for telling me.
I have some pictures of her somewhere if you'd like to see them.
Oh, gosh, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't. I've never seen her.
She'd have loved to see you the way you are now.
I thought she forgot all about me.
How can a mother forget her own child? No, she loved you more than anything, and she never gave up looking for you or hoping one day you'd find her when you were all grown up.
No one ever wrote to me or came to see me at the hospital.
Nobody even knew you were there until I saw your picture in the paper a few months ago. See, the thing is, your father loved you very much, too, and he took you with him when he left. It broke her heart. And I think tucked away inside was this feeling that she was going to be punished for losing you and that nothing she did, not even all the money she saved up to give you, would ever make up for it. She used to say, a child belongs with her mother. And nobody has the right to take her away, nobody. And yours was the last name she said before she died.
Not interrupting anything, am I?
Just my beauty sleep.
Well, in that case, maybe I ought to go.
I need your expertise.
Oh, I just ask. My pleasure. Come on.
Not that. I have a meeting at the Royal Palace at 6.
Cece granted you an interview?
Well,
did
he didn't have much choice, but we've got to get busy. I've got some extra clauses I want to add to the contract.
Oh, well, as long as it includes a clause that makes me chief counsel for Capital Enterprises, fine.
Well, how could I forget you, Keith?
No, just if I turned my head, you could, but I'm not going to do that.
Maybe I better put on something a little less tempting.
Hon, you could wrap yourself in astroturf. I'd still be after you.
Strictly silk and platinum for me. Well, you can't trust anybody, can you?
What?
You're on my payroll for one day.
Huh?
And you're already bucking to be fired, sweetheart. Why don't you and Mason open up a scavenger service?
Blame a guy for being curious.
Yes, I can. You and Mason and Cece can all look from here to New York City, and you won't find that tape because I've got it someplace safe and sound. And that's where it's going to stay.
Listen, this is only a temporary situation. Your mother and I are definitely getting married.
Dad, you keep saying that. I mean, I don't understand why you're not married now.
Well, this has something to do with Gina. What was that act on the balcony?
Cruz, would you leave us for a moment, please?
No, I'll wait a little.
What has happened is that the situation with your sister has gotten worse.
What do you mean?
We thought we had some information that would clear Kelly.
Well, that's wonderful. What happened?
Look, we're not giving up. Things have become very unsafe here right now. We have to get her out of the country again. We have to do it today.
Well, okay. Well, what does this have to do with the wedding?
Or with Gina?
We can't tell you until the time is right.
You'll just have to trust that we know what we're doing.
Mason, you're the only one who's not curious about this. Why not?
Well, I'm always being accused of not caring about the family. I'm just trying to live up to my reputation.
You know, I think I'd like to take a little visit to Gina and find out what is
No, you will not. You will stay away from her. You would only make it worse for all of us, and particularly Kelly.
Why don't I go out and charm what's left of our illustrious guest? What a swell party this is.
Sweetheart, why don't you get down to the boathouse to Kelly. I'll tell Cruz that you'll be back, all right?
Okay.
Ted, go down to the car, get it ready, huh? Not the wedding we planned, was it?
In my heart, I'm married. It's the only way I can live through this.
See, look, no tape, just some old Kleenexes, some makeup, and a lottery ticket. A loser. I won't be needing any more of these.
Yeah, who wants money when you have money and power?
And I'm going to have Brandon back finally.
That's sort of like a Norman Rockwell, isn't it? You know what I mean? Am I in the picture, dear?
Well, if you're a good boy, you are. You'll get that job at Capwell Enterprises. They need a new lawyer.
What is Mrs. Catwell gonna need once she's all alone?
I'll have my husband.
And you'll have your husband's name, and you'll have some very empty, very cold silk sheets, dear.
Well, I won't be needing you, Keith. Everything I want is waiting for me at that estate, and I'm not going to let you get close enough to ruin it for me.
Oh, come on! Those pills were ancient history. And as far as I know, the only person that lost anything was me.
Well, I hope you learned your lesson from that disaster. Do not mess with me.
Oh, yes, Your Highness.
Maybe I ought to get myself a big, fat ring, and you could bow and kiss it once in a while.
That's a job I love. Thing is, though, what's going to prevent you from going back on your word once I've helped you?
That will all be in Cece's contract, as long as you obey orders.
Being indebted to you may not be worth it, darling.
Oh, since when? You know, need equals greed, and you need that job, darling. So you better start proving yourself.
Slay a dragon?
No, not this week. I just want you to make sure that contract is airtight.
Nothing to it.
I love a man with a sense of loyalty. But I hope you learned a lesson from all of this. I don't get mad. I don't get even. I get what I want.
I think the last of them are gone. Gossips are having a field day.
Well, I guess I'll go change. I won't be needing this dress for a while.
Sweetheart, when you take that off, you put it away very carefully. Because when we do get married, I want everything to go just as we planned it. Because Gina's not going to keep us from getting married. I give you my word.
That's a lovely sentiment. Do you think you can pull it off?
I want to be here at the meeting at 6 o'clock.
I don't think it would be wise to murder Gina in front of all those witnesses.
I want to know what she's going to do every step of the way.
Do you mind telling me what happened? Where did you get that tape?
Did you castigate your goons when they came up in?
You're damn right I did. Sorry. I'm counting on you. I'm sorry.
For your information, Dan, I subjected myself to all kinds of torture to get that tape.
I don't want to hear the sort of details, Mason, please.
You can't imagine the degradation, and what do I get? Not even a thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
To add insult to injury, she even fired me.
Good. Then you're hired. By me. And the first thing I want you to do is draw up another prenuptial agreement like the one we made for Gina, that they made for Gina, that I tore up. But I want you to put in a few surprises of our own.
Shouldn't be too hard. I have a copy. So does Gina, but she's probably drawn up another by now. She claims to have a new lawyer.
Well, then I'm depending on you to maneuver rings around him. I want you to get that tape, and I want you to get me out of this ridiculous wedding, and I don't care how you do it. You just put some loopholes in it. Just make sure the loopholes are weaved in and out so she doesn't know they're there.
Well, that is my specialty, but if we slip it by Gina, there's still her attorney.
Mason, come on. I don't want excuses. I just want Gina off my back.
Murder might be easier after all.
You don't know how tempted I am. Look, I have never denied that you have certain talents. There's never been a job more in tune with your talents than this one. Get her for me.
Sure, probably took less time to write than this.
Are you complaining again?
Well, sweetheart, just making an observation. I've never seen you be this thorough before.
This is the big one, Keith. My whole future depends on it.
Your future's my future.
And my wish is your command. Just keep that in mind. So have you got everything in there I asked for?
CC will be lucky to have any dental floss left after we're through with them. Listen, I'm going to take this and get it drafted right now.
Well, I will meet you at my estate at 6.
Your estate. I'll meet you under our favorite bush. Sorry, Mummy's here, but I'm busy and I have to go, right? Stay for the fireworks.
I'm busy, too, so why don't you do a 180 and get out of here?
I don't care how busy you are. I want some answers.
So does the rest of the world. It's the trivia generation.
What were you doing at my house, Gina?
Having lunch.
Why did my mother stop the ceremony, Gina?
Why don't you ask your mother?
I did. I didn't get the appropriate answers.
Well, soon everybody will know. You don't need to get involved, Eden.
You will see how fast I get involved if you hurt either of my parents or my sister Kelly.
Hurt? I'm going to make your family happier and closer than it's been in years.
We have been through enough at your hands, Gina. You keep them to yourself, or I'll be back.
And before that, there was another hospital. I don't remember the name. Oh, but I had a birthday there. Yes, I turned 15. And then before that, I don't remember. I get all mixed up.
How old were you when you went away the first time?
Honey, we don't have to talk about this.
I don't remember. Oh, may I please get the door?
Well, sure.
Thank you.
She likes to do that. She's always excited as to who it might be.
So dear.
Hi, Paul.
Hi. Sorry I didn't call, but I thought I'd surprise you.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, come here. Come here. This is Mrs. Wilson. This is Jane's mother and a friend of my mother, Olivia.
Hi, I'm Paul Whitney. Pleasure to meet you. Hello, Lionel.
Hi.
Look what Paul brought me.
Very pretty.
Now, I knew you were going to get all dressed up for the wedding, so I think maybe we should go to dinner.
Have you two known each other long?
Oh, yes. Paul arrested me once.
Wait a minute.
Don't you want me to look normal before we go to dinner, though? He doesn't like it when I get all dressed up.
I never said that. It's the modeling thing I have questions about.
About modeling?
No, maybe. See, a friend of mine named Nick, he took some pictures of me and he showed them to a very famous professional model, and she said that I had good bones.
Well, Alice, good for you. Oh, that sounds like such an exciting career, meeting all those glamorous people.
No, I'd hate it if I was judged just by my looks.
Oh, Jane, you are so serious all the time. It could be fun.
You know, I don't know how you can encourage Alice when you've known her maybe a total of 2 days.
Alice, why don't we talk about this over dinner?
Yeah, I'll second that motion.
Well, I think it's that Alice is very lucky to have so many people who care about her future.
Oh, well, so do I. Except they give me so many interesting suggestions that I need a suggestion box. I'm very funny. That's what Brian always told me. Oh, that's my friend, Brian. I wish he'd hurry up and find me, though. I must be a very hard person to find. Oh, well, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
You know, I think I'll wear these clothes, though, since I didn't get to wear them to the wedding since it was
What? Alice? Wait a minute.
There's no one on the grounds up there. Why would the wedding be called off?
Caroline, would you like to go on a grand tour of the grounds with me?
I'd love to. Jane, will you join us?
No. Thanks anyway. I'm busy.
I'd like to talk to you if you don't mind.
I'm sorry the wedding got canceled. Is everything all right?
I'd like you to have these back.
Thank you.
It's your past, Victoria, not mine. I just hope that you will live up to it. And you will leave me and Cruz alone.
I know Cruz told you everything.
Yes. And I hope you'll do the same with Keith. You'll tell him that Cruz was not involved in Katie's drowning, that you were there while he went to go get help.
Keith wouldn't understand. I don't think you would either.
He has the other earring. He'll make the connection. You show him those, and I'm sure he'll accept your confession.
Look, Eden, I know that I haven't been fair with Cruz, but I need time. I need to figure out what I'm going to say to Keith.
I think you need to stop thinking about how much time you need, and you just need to do it.
Do what?
Show these to Keith. Eden thinks I should, and so do I.
You realize what you're asking could cost Tori her freedom?
I realize that's been the excuse all these years. But come on. Would anybody really press charges?
I think Keith would in a minute. And what if it ends up costing my freedom, too?
It won't. You're no longer involved in this.
I am involved. I concealed it.
You see, I don't think this should go on any longer. I don't blame Keith for being angry. It has twisted his life all these years, and yours too. And Victoria, if Keith is determined to have a victim, it is not going to be somebody that I love.
For the first time, we both agree.
Well, then I suggest you tell him, or I will.
Gives you the right to issue ultimatums?
I love you. I don't need a right.
I would think you, of all people, would understand how difficult it can be sometimes to confess to something you know is wrong. She's afraid. Why shouldn't she be?
I wondered how long it would take for you to bring up my past. Well, I will not apologize for that.
I don't want you to. I want you to try to understand this from Tori's point of view.
I am sick of trying to understand it from Tori's point of view. Why doesn't she just be honest, take responsibility for it, and stop letting you get blamed for something that's not your fault?
Eden, I gave you my heart, not my mind. I do not want, nor do I need you to think for me. I will decide what I am or am not going to do. Thanks.
Well, then I will, too.
Mademoiselle?
Oh, thank you very much, Paul. You're very elegant.
Ah, must be the company. Here.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see, what looks good?
I get to choose?
Sure, why not?
Well, you picked for me last time.
Well, I thought it'd be something you like.
Everybody seems to think they know what I like.
Well, there are a lot of things you don't know about yet.
Maybe. You don't like modeling, though, right? But have you ever modeled? No. You see, and I finally met a real model, and she says it's very interesting and exciting.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you'd like it.
Doesn't mean that I wouldn't.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just don't want anybody using it. I mean, making money off of your looks. And that smile.
Well, they used to tell me at the hospital that I wasn't smart enough to know, or that I was too sick. Except they were wrong, because they were the only ones who ever used me.
I'm not telling you that. I'm just trying to tell you that I'm interested in what happens to you.
Good. Me too. Now let's see.
Okay.
I think I'll have mold. Salmon mold.
I've missed you, Jane Louise.
Jane, please. Why are you here? I told you I'd look after Alice.
I had missed you.
If you want to play mommy, you're about 20 years too late.
So I did the best I could with you. You were younger. I was younger than you are now when you were born.
Oh, whose fault is that? Mine?
Look, I'm not making excuses. I can't go back and fix things that I did wrong. I'm just trying to be friends, new friends. I wish you'd let me.
I have tried. But every time I think we have a chance, you start in on me.
But how about by asking a few polite questions, making a few suggestions?
Now I know why Alice and I get along so well. She's had doctors hounding her whole life, and I've had you. I'm just waiting for the contact lens speech, and then maybe you want to start in on my hair or my makeup. I don't know what
made you that bitter, Janie.
I am not bitter. I am realistic. I am not like you, Mother, and if that is a crime, then too bad. I don't know, maybe I'm like my father, but I wouldn't know that, would you? He was the one with the red hair.
You watch the way you talk to me, girl.
I am a grown woman, Mother. You will not tell me how to look, how to talk, and especially not how to live. Why don't you just go find yourself another man and leave me alone again?
Well, what do you think of your very own Declaration of Independence?
Good. It's really good, Mason.
Words like brilliant and incredible come to mind. Did you look at paragraph 32?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it. It's tucked away brilliantly and incredibly.
At least 4 different ways to nullify the marriage contract. Everybody should be so lucky.
What about the postponement?
That's spelled out loud and clear.
Thank you. Saved my life, literally. Not only that, you gave Kelly another chance, too.
We still have to find the tape.
Oh, all I need was some time. I got that now. I can hire a whole task force to look for the tape.
Ted just left with Kelly. I followed them to make sure that no one was following them. She's going to call when he gets to the airstrip.
Good. Meanwhile, I have a present for you, courtesy of Mason.
What is this?
Prenuptial agreement with enough loopholes in it that I don't have to walk down the aisle with that Mata Hari of the barbecue.
My ethics professor would probably turn over in his grave, but then he never knew Gina.
How will that get us the tape? Gina will never give it over.
No, what it buys us is time. As long as we can find the tape before the deadline we set, everything's fine. Otherwise, it's a ricin reception routine.
I'll find that tape. I have to subject her to all the tortures of man.
Might as well have a little fun along the way.
And then we're going to get married. As fast as you can say C.C. Capwell.
Oh, I do believe you know my counsel. Where's Brandon?
I had Rosa take him with her.
Well, I think that's a good idea. I wouldn't want his young, impressionable mind to be warped by hearing his father howl like a coyote.
Gina, I'm prepared to do business with you as long as I get the tape right after we sign the papers.
Oh, get real, Cece. You may be feeling suicidal tonight, but I'm not. You'll get that tape 6 months after the marriage. Sophia, I see you've decided to join us. Are you going to help us celebrate our upcoming wedding?
I'm here to support my husband.
Your husband? Now, I don't recall a wedding actually occurring this afternoon. Do you?
Came close, but the bride got cold. Let's get on with this.
My counsel and I have taken the liberty of drawing up a new contract. We've made several copies in case you feel a little fit of temper coming on.
Well, it's nice and heavy, but we've got something for you, too. Counteroffer.
I want that read under a magnifying glass.
Won't be necessary, Dad. This is science fiction.
This violates every article of the original contract.
Oh, this legalese is such a bore. Why don't you guys hammer this out in the study?
This belongs in a trash compactor.
So does Gina.
And by the way, I want you packed and out of here by tonight.
Don't you dare give her any orders.
I don't plan on running a retirement home for ex-actresses.
This is a waste of time. I can't have my client sign this.
Well, maybe we can compromise on a few points if you'll concede a few of ours.
A very few points. I have nothing to lose. If I don't sign this contract, my life will go on the way it did yesterday and the day before. Now, Kelly, on the other hand, she's a different story.
Why didn't we shoot her a year ago when we had the opportunity?
I'll be able to think of something yet.
Conversation like that won't get Kelly back. Where's your sense of mother love, Sophia? Well, I'm not leaving if that's what you think. Not until I get what I came for. My husband. Don't be greedy, Sophia. In 6 months, he'll be all yours.
What do you call this again?
Bananas Foster.
Gosh, I wish Nick was here to take a picture of it when it was on fire. What? Are you jealous again because I mentioned Nick?
You were just supposed to forget I said that.
Well, maybe I will. In about 10 years.
How come you like him so much?
Oh, 'cause he's so nice. And he's Kelly's friend.
I mean, he's always telling you things. I mean, what you should like, what you shouldn't.
No, not really. I just say yes a lot because he gets so excited.
Detective Whitney? I thought that was you.
Yeah, Jack, what's up?
Oh, some celebrities checking into the hotel and they called us out on special duty.
Oh, there's no suspicious characters here.
Enjoy your dinner.
Thank you. I didn't know whether or not I should introduce you because I don't think you like police officers that much.
Maybe I don't.
Except me.
Are you holding my hand or just resting your step?
I'm holding.
That's what I thought. Well, that's the hand that I eat with.
Then you want it back?
No. But my ice cream is melting.
Yeah.
Thank you for getting ice cream on my lip.
Hold it. I'll take care of that, too.
Lionel, you marked this one the same as the last one.
I did? So I did. Shame your mother had to rush off, sis, huh?
Funny luck, she's packing as we speak.
She seemed very pleasant.
Did you catch her mother act with Alice? How can she be such a hypocrite?
It must be wonderful to read someone else's motives so clearly.
You don't know her.
She says she loves you.
It's an easy thing to say. She can't stand admitting she has a daughter this age. Now I embarrass her.
She didn't seem embarrassed when I talked with her. In fact, she seemed proud of you. Jane, don't be afraid to tell her that you love her. It'd be such a waste.
I'm not afraid. You should be.
What?
I've seen that look in her eye 100 times before, and every man from my father on down regretted looking back. And so will you.
Truce?
I didn't know we were at war.
Good, then I'll have the champagne sent over.
Maybe I better save the champagne. I'm really not in a celebrating kind of mood.
Neither am I. Why don't we force ourselves?
It's been a hell of a day, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've had quite a few of them lately.
But we're still okay, aren't we?
Yeah. You know, I don't mind admitting to you that Keith Timmons frightens me. After what he did to Santana just to get to you. And when I think if he just knew the truth.
Eden, if Tori says she's going to talk to him, she will.
Yeah, well, Tori says she's going to do a lot of things. She said she was going to leave town, and she didn't. You said she was going to leave us alone. That's what you said. And then she shows up in every doorway of every restaurant and every...
Excuse me, don't you think you're blowing this out of proportion a little bit?
Don't patronize me.
I'm not. I just don't want to argue
I'm
about
not arguing with you.
Fine. Maybe we can keep it that way.
You know, I know she's not going to tell Keith the whole story.
What did you just say?
I know she's not going to be honest with Keith because she knows that you're there to catch her if she falls. She knows that you're on her side.
I am on her side. Are you losing your mind? You think I'm involved in this because I the goodness of my heart or something? I was to some degree responsible for what happened. And I got to tell you, when I see you so eager to hang Tori, I question your motives.
Well, I will not let her divide us. If she doesn't go to Keith and tell him the truth, then maybe I should just do it for her.
Well, if you do that, it won't be Tori who's dividing us. All she's asking for is a little bit of time, and we're going to give it to her. Both of us are going to give it to her.
My first official act as mistress of this house will be to fire the chef. The food's deplorable.
I don't know how you can tell. You snorted it like a pig.
Oh, get your jabs in while you can, Sophia. You'll be history in a few minutes.
They have been locked in that study for hours.
Keith is very thorough.
You referring to the law or your bed?
Aw, Cece, you really do care.
What do you know? Everybody's still alive. Progress at last.
Let me see that.
You'll notice that there's a new clause preserving the sanctity of the marriage.
You agreed to that?
It's all in the spirit of compromise, darling.
Zena will remain completely faithful to you, Dad.
What more could I ask for?
Or give up any claims to a settlement.
At least the marriage won't cost us anything.
Read on, kids.
Wait a minute. Mason, this is unacceptable.
Oh, I call that part the goose and the gander clause.
$1 million? What are you
talking about? Your passion gets the best part of it.
What? Well, it seems that if my dear darling husband strays from our marriage bed with you or any other cheap substitute, it'll cost him $1 million a shot.
I got it down from $2 million.
Yeah, that's over and above the original agreement. It could add up to a nice sum, you know, darling.
Maybe not. With me lying next to Cece night after night, he'll be completely satisfied.
I'd lie in my grave before I'd lie next to you.
Can we go on to item 8?
Wait a minute. What's this? I can't agree to this. I don't trust him.
I'm crushed.
Well, it's only a postponement. I mean, he can't worm out of the wedding ceremony, darling.
But I want to be married now. Or tomorrow.
All right. I'll call it justice of the peace.
Not in your life, Buster. I'm going to have a wedding that has not been seen since the wedding of Lady Di. People are going to drop dead from the sheer glitz of it all.
Then you're going to need some planning time, won't you?
Well, not that much.
Oh, you don't like that, Gina? Well, what happens if I talk to the Impress and they inquire why am I not marrying the woman of my dreams? Instead, I'm marrying the viper I was married to because she's blackmailing me.
It does have the ring of truth to it, darling.
I pay you to write, not to talk. Okay, maybe a little time isn't a bad idea. And it would seem more like true love. But I have a condition of my own.
My pen is ready.
What time is it?
9:26.
From this moment forward, in the year of our Lord, 1986, I, Gina DeMott Capwell, want Sophia Wayne, Almonte Capwell, out on her butt.
This is my home. You don't give orders here at all.
This is our home, and there's one prospective too many.
All right, that's it. That is it. I've had it. I'm leaving.
Darling,
That's it.
please. I need you more now than I've ever needed you in my life.
I love you, but I will not stand here and listen to her hacking away at our lives.
I am saving your daughter.
If I didn't think that, I'd take that gun off the wall right now.
I can always change my mind, Sophia. Oh, by the way, I need a favor.
You need a favor.
That's right. You see, for this document to be legal and binding, it needs a signature by 2 witnesses.
Ask Keith.
Oh, no, this is a family matter. I think it would be much more appropriate if you and Mason were to sign.
I'd like to take that document and ram it down your throat. Now, you may be trying to ruin my family, but I'm not going to roll over and play dead.
Sign the
It's
document.
gonna be all right, sweetheart.
How can you say that?
Because nothing can stop the way I feel about you. Or how we're gonna spend the rest of our life together.
In 6 months.
It's getting late. Are all parties agreed?
As good as we can get it, Dad.
All right.
Finally, we get to the dotted line.
Sophia.
Listen, darling, I think you should sign first.
And I think you deserve a bonus.
No, I think you're right. CC, you're next.
Do you know what I resent? Almost as bitterly as I resent this garbage. It's you. You for aiding and abetting her just to insinuate yourself in my life and my corporation, you.
Next.
Sign it, Sophia. I have to get back to my motel. I have packing to do.
I want you to remember something. There's no one in my life that I love like you. There's no one else in my heart.
See if that'll keep you warm during the next 6 months.
Thank you. Now, the next witness. I'll get copies to you and Mason in the morning.
Fine.
Let's get some fresh air in here.
Wait a minute. I think you forgot something. After all, we are officially engaged. And you didn't kiss me goodnight. Is that any way to treat your fiancé?